Freedom 35, 5, 5, 5.
Dude, start the podcast.
Wow.
We recording, Gordon?
Gordon's recording.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast, episode 41, technically episode 42 for all the OGs out there. My name is Tommy. I go by TOMMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
But tonight, I'm not going to say it because I'm against him right now. Tom, what's your name?
You all supported? Vote Tricks.
Tricks are for kids.
Dude, you're a
TJ,
traitor.
which way did you end up going? Horny?
Yeah, isn't the VP for that Ken? Or Q?
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper?
TJ, did you go horny? Yeah.
Hell yes.
Oh, man. We'll explain what that means a little bit later. But vote Tricks.
You know what? Who gives up?
Tricks is for kids, dude.
Insert beep noise.
We need that. We need like sound effect board.
Oh, we're going to have to definitely bleep that out later. TJ's Mallard T over here.
Mallard T, baby.
He's
Great weekend.
Living large off the Mallards over there. And I don't know who gives a fuck right now. Who
gives a
fuck?
Bleep.
Who gives a Tom probably bleep this out right here?
I hope he forgets.
That's going to be so aggressive if not.
Someone's going to throw their headphones off.
I hate these guys, dude.
Oh,
man. But no, we're back another week, another podcast, another episode. Breaking into the 40 set now. That's just getting a little wild. Starting to get up there, man.
Your age too, right?
Dude, yeah, we're getting close to Freedom 45.
Freedom 45?
Freedom 45, dude. We're renaming the group over here.
It'll happen eventually.
Oh my god, dude, this is gonna be the day. But yeah, no, we were talking about on the live stream. It's about to be a year right now for me. This next week, I think August 10th last year, 2021 was the first day I got into my CNFTs. So that's pretty wild to think about. It's been a year already.
That is insane. It's already been a year for you. Almost a year for Tom and I too. That's crazy.
I think mine is September 10th or the 14th, something in there. It was like a month almost. It may have been a month, like exactly to
the dogs on the chain.
Yeah, dogs on the chain. It might have been September 10th.
Damn, dude, what a throwback! The dogs on the chain was competing against Clay Nation at the time. What a world we lived in back then.
That's a wild time.
It was, dude.
Back then there was no like, what's the utility? What's like, how's the art? Who's like the team? It was just like, oh, NFTs are dropping today. Yeah, let's flip those.
Yeah, I got laser-eyed dogs. Let's go now.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like, well, yeah, something's dropping. Flip it for sure.
Got the Snoop dog. No, that's what one of our buddies had that. He still rocks as his PFP too.
Yeah, I did Snoop Dogg on Twitter too.
That's funny.
Dude, yeah, it's been wild to see. So coming into another week right now, we've been getting it feels like we're getting a lot busier over here on the channel too. We had a double sponsorship this week over onto the F35 live stream with Eden7 and Old Money, our Q and Dilly. But shout out to the team, shout out to everybody that we got a chance to talk to on Monday. Dude, our live streams are about to become like 3 hours by default now with everybody on.
How long was this one? It should say right there on YouTube.
It was 2 hours and 33. We killed it. Like we killed it a little early. Not even early. It was still like 11:30, I think, our time when we finished it.
I think we were just generally getting tired. Like, yeah, let's call it. We're getting sleepy.
These lately, I don't know what it is. It's just like I need to get to bed a little earlier because this stuff becomes like so much. Like if you keep doing these every single night and not getting sleep. But dude, shout out to Eden7 over here, and Eden, he shout about to no sleep right there, man. He was up at like 2 a.m., like 3 a.m., like just knocking these interviews. He was like, dude, he did the best he could at that time and like try to get some energy back. But
he did a couple nights in a row too.
Yeah,
I mean, he met with us on calls and stuff, and
I know.
Like 2 a.m. each time.
It was really cool. But he was so well prepared too, so well spoken with everything that he like to come across what he was doing. It was just I didn't realize the depth of what he really was doing in the background.
Well, even his skill set range of what he's doing within his project and all the things that he has going on, it's just very impressive and cool to see that from a founder, co-founder of his project.
Well, I'm glad he came in with like the itinerary. Like he had kind of like the detailed list of what he wanted to go.
Oh, yeah, he had the bullet points himself. Yeah,
it would have been like impossible to catch it all. Like if you're doing that from memory, it would have been we couldn't have kept that organized. So,
oh no,
he came ready to go. I like that.
He was showing off like the AOE damage on some of the stuff, like showing us like the background assets and how they were making like the the different like stages and like actual just I don't know like rooms and stuff. I remember at the end he was showing like the layering and stuff that he had done on like some of the
I was
art,
enjoying that part.
like the dynamic, like
nerd out some.
Yeah, like this stuff, like bringing like the actual like game alive, like how they were doing that stuff. It was really cool to see.
Well, I didn't realize the dynamic or the depth of those maps or levels. Like, we played those games growing up. We never realized how like they're layered like that. I didn't notice that at all. I thought it was all just one like side scroller static image of just a picture. But the fact that we learned that it's a layered image or a layered map, I thought that was really cool to learn. That
they
taught us.
like evolved it, like brings it to life, like he was saying. So it's very story driven for what he was doing too. It was cool to see like how they were able to take that. And I remember that little room too. He like paid homage to Pokemon.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly what it looks like.
And even the website he's designing, he's basically making his own like set of like CNFT type tools thing. Like he's essentially building his own encyclopedia. They call it Eden Encyclopedia over here.
It's like a wiki, yeah.
Yeah,
perfect.
And it's like perfect built in like game fashion too, of like all the different characters and assets and things you'll earn in game. One of the cool things we were talking about with Eden was the fact that like when you play the game and defeat a boss or something like that, you get that weapon and are able to use it in game. But then if you want, you can actually mint it to the blockchain, and it like boosts the stats of your character in game. And
or you could sell it too.
Yeah, that was the other cool thing. Is like, I beat this boss and like killed it and got a really rare weapon, and I can sell it off to somebody too.
I thought that was cool. Like even from like me from a WoW perspective, if all the time and hours I put into WoW and all the stuff I was farming or items I found, I went to the auction house in the game. Now I can actually mint that and sell it to people for real money, quote unquote, or ADA to turn into money if I wanted to. But I love that aspect of the game where you don't have to do that. You can take that yourself and make your character better by using those items, or you can sell it if you want to. It gives you the option.
Well, and people would do that stuff with those games, but they would do it through like eBay or whatever. Where you're not supposed to do it.
Exactly.
And there was no real like
regulation on it.
Yeah, there was no regulations to it. Like there was nothing to get the person to actually send it after you sent. I knew people that would be like, I bought $50 of gold today, and wow, and the guy never sent it. It's like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And in this, it's like there's no messing around a JPEG store when you're minting these and selling them, so you're good to go.
Yeah. It's eventually like where the future. That's where we see like the gaming portion. We know we were talking about it before we jumped on, of like how NFT, like the gaming market, or community has not really embraced NFTs yet.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you guys saw that news a little while, but I mean it was like a week or two ago with like Minecraft, like and Microsoft coming out with a big statement against like NFTs and basically shutting down like people who were using like Minecraft or any other NFT worlds. And I think even there's a big project, NFT Worlds, that's out over on ETH, where they use Minecraft to like pour it in and they like shut them down. So I can imagine how that's gonna like, because they're cutting into their sales, right? Like
that's what I was gonna say. That's really what it is. They're not like, oh, I don't like this. They're just like, oh no, people are doing this instead of coming to ours and spending money.
Yep. It's going to be an interesting take on there. So the people who embrace it, I know Fortnite on the other hand is the ones that are embracing it. So that's a whole other conversation. But I love that, like the fact instead of like play to earn, it's like play and earn. Kind of thing, which is
well, they're not. It's not like they have their own in-game economy that's gonna like how you purchase things and things like that. But it's not built around this farming to get tokens in your wallet, and then hopefully those have a monetary value to sell in secondary at some point. Like, it's meant to be a fun game that's like an engaging story.
Oh yeah,
which is I think where the smart place to start as far as getting people that actually enjoy gaming, not just getting CNFT or NFT or crypto people involved that want to make money. So they're like, oh, this is an easy way to farm a token that has value.
Right. Well, I think if like even bigger games, that's if we think bigger here, I know we're kind of getting a little off topic, but we're going on the gaming NFT side of this. But I feel like if, let's say, Call of Duty Warzone, for example, they're a free game, right? If they took those microtransactions of like the skins, the guns, and the vehicles and stuff like that, and they turned every single one of those into an NFT or a bundle purchase, and then you could take what you purchased as the bundle and you could sell, quote unquote, what you didn't want on an NFT marketplace, that would be a game changer for NFT and gamers in general, because I think that'd bring a different dynamic to gaming and NFTs and maybe bridge the gap to both of them, or just for at least Battle Royale in a sense.
Or I'd say almost even like like Rocket League is a little better example, just because they have those I don't even remember what they're called, Tommy, but it's randomized. Like usually in Warzone, you kind of get to pick your skins that you want to buy.
Yeah.
But like in the Rocket League ones, you just get those like gift boxes, and they have like random wheels, random skins.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, TJ, like if you don't want something anymore, like I don't want skulls on my wheels. I'd rather have like some money to use in the store and buy something else. And it also, like you're saying, drives that in-game economy thing. Because then, like, hey, I may just not want to sell this to get profit out of it. Like, I'm trying to sell it to go buy something I want instead.
Exactly.
And keep it within like that ecosystem.
Exactly.
Keep the money flowing.
Nah, it makes perfect sense where gaming. He seems to have a good grasp on it.
I love these sprites you're showing, Tommy. I want to get into these. Once we get the upgraded studio going, once Gordon gets the computer upgraded.
Yeah, we'll keep it moving. Big shout out to Eden over here, though. He did a great job and kind of, like I said, peeled back the curtain a little bit on how stuff is done over on his side. And he's very knowledgeable inside, like I said, just the blockchain space. So you can catch him over in Twitter, most likely, and doing spaces over there as well. So go ahead and make sure to check out Eden 7. And also shout out to Zushan from Ada Ninjas. Dude, he put out a tweet afterwards that he bought like 30 of those things or something.
That was
crazy.
So cool.
Which is I never actually counted it. It was because at first he's like, oh, I bought 9 more. I had 20. I have 29 now. And then like the second one was like, oh, I did something. And it was just like at like 50.
Well, then he was like, I took Freedom 35 Hours Advice and I minted more. I didn't buy in secondary anymore.
Yeah. Dude, he started crushing the mint game. So obviously there's big support for Eden and stuff outside the community too for what he's doing. So make sure to go check them out. And if you feel want to support the project, go ahead and mint. Another project though, we got the Hibbity over here.
That was funny. I love that. We got to get him back on again just to chat, to chill. That was fun.
Dude, shout out to Dilly and Q for jumping onto the stream. But I just remember when he started, it was just like the little bubble was, it's like hibbity.
Oh, like when it shows when someone's talking.
Yeah. That was the first, like the first thing when we walked on, the first thing we noticed. I just did it right there on the video. If you're watching, you can see. Dude, it's hilarious. But these two are, obviously old money's a lot of fun. And the more that people are starting to learn a little bit about them, they're peeling back their own curtain a little bit too. And we may not know what the fuck's still going on over there, but at least people are like, okay, I can get a general grasp. But there's an election, there's some stuff going on. They're selling all kinds of crazy stuff. But it was a fun little interview with those two because Dilly's privates opened up this week. The DP,
that sentence just sounds funny.
His privates opened up. The DP opened
up to the public.
Dude, Dilly's privates is his auction house that they did. They actually auctioned off Q's for 24 hours. They did his painting that you can see here in the background. But it was basically like an homage to his 0.2 bill, his horny pimp kit, which is basically like a defaced version of that $2 bill. And then he painted it, the physical version, and he's getting like an NFT like chip in there to give you the physical painting along with all the NFTs that come with it. So I think the final like bid out there, I gotta go back to the Discord, it was like 3,900 or something like that.
The last I had checked, Dilly had put someone in as like a stand-in for a new member to the community, trying to get his first bill, but I think that was like 34. I think
it got to 3,900 was the final on it.
That's great. Fantastic.
It came out so good. He did a great job on that painting.
He's actually gonna show it off first. They're gonna have it in at CNFT Con in Vegas, and he's gonna bring it there before then the winner will get that, but they're gonna get the digital side of things first.
Oh, it came out so good though too. Like he did such a good job as even on the painting itself.
I was gonna bid on this one. I was ready to go after the whole Comagate, and they weren't sure like where they were waiting for like the actual first like real bid to come in. I was like, I'm actually like in a place I could maybe be kind of in the running here. And then next time I looked, I was like, oh no, never mind. No.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things too, is the Comagate. Like how funny was that? If you can see like here on the thing, somebody like we were talking about, I don't know if the guy was over like in we said Italy, I think it was, because Dilly just goes, oh, the guy was probably like mamma mia.
And I like this.
Started dying when he said that. But some guy, I guess like you said, instead of decimals, they use commas over there. So the guy was trying to put 142.069 or something like 1420.69, and it came registered as 142,069 ADA. So 142,000 ADA bid, and everybody was just like, "What's going on?" inside the thing.
That's I couldn't imagine. Jump. I would have been freaking out. That was real. Holy shit!
God. Yeah, 142,000 ADA, and that guy, like you said, it was probably freaking out too.
I bet Cam was sharpening his paintbrushes. He was ready to go. Right. Like, I'm paying like 5 more of these things. Holy shit!
Yeah, right. 142,000 of those, but no, they ended up getting it sorted back out, and we called it Comagate over there because of just obviously the nature of what happened. And that what better way to start like the auction for Dilly's privates was something with Comagate to happen. So that was a perfect way to go ahead
first
and do
day, right? Right when we woke up, it was like first thing in the morning too.
Yeah, it was so perfect, dude. So shout out to the guys for jumping on, and then they also had Dilly's Galleria, his the orphanage opened up tonight, and they had a bunch of bids going on for that as well. And those did pretty well. So I saw I think one of the first bills sold for like $13.90 or something, or $13.50, something like that.
Damn.
So they do those auctions are fun, man, because it's just like we're going once, going twice, sold. They have like a whole fun theme to it. He shuts down the entire Discord too, so like Gen Pop and all the other channels just get put on hold, and the only way you can chat is inside Dilly's little Galleria. So it's all focused directly on that at that time.
Shit, dude.
So I just love the little D's nuts sprinkled in with the little kid posters.
Did he ever tell us how many there were?
No, I told him 420 or 69 was my guess.
Yeah.
That had to be the right number. They just got like little MF tattoos on them and stuff. It's like they ripped it straight out of a kid's book or something. But it was really cool. It was always fun hanging with those guys.
Absolutely.
So shout out to the Old Money crew as well. But dude, speaking of mints that have happened this past week, and we got a chance to do this live on Saturday. We actually minted live. And we got a chance to talk about it on Monday, but Mallard T, dude, you've been on it was 4 weeks in a row, I think. Mallard name.
Yeah, man, 3 or 4, yeah, for sure. I think this one was fitting finally after we had the mint.
Dude, I think so as well. These guys are out here setting records these days, and can't say that we didn't tell you so. To keep your eye on this thing. It's just
we've been talking about
guys
for 2 months now. I'm just saying we've been kind of talking about them for a bit.
Definitely one to keep an eye on, right? And we're still keeping an eye on them, but they went ahead and kind of did some like unprecedented stuff. I don't know if these are official records yet with these guys, but 2 million ADA traded on secondary already. And
That's
insane too. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it hasn't even been a week.
It's insane.
It's been we're recording this on a Wednesday, and they launched on Saturday. So we got 4 days or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So in 4 days, 2 million ADA in secondary sales, which is actually insane.
Well, now I know Cornucopias did something similar, but also their price for each of their NFTs were more expensive when their land sale happened. So that makes sense why they hit that volume. Now this was significantly cheaper. So I think this really is nothing against Cornucopias. I'm just saying the volume that they hit with the amount of time is it's insane. They hit 2 million volume. Good. Congrats to them.
What were the Cornucopias?
It was up there too, but again, their mint price for each individual day, remember, was pretty high. So it makes sense that it would hit that number that fast too.
Well, dude, these guys did something crazy. Like I said, everybody was talking about 138 for the public. Oh, that's going to go below mint price and yada, yada, yada. And here we are sitting at still a 385 floor price for these guys, which is
love it.
Like I said, even if you didn't like the project or didn't even want to get into it, if you'd minted it, it was profitable. You could have sold out for a decent price. And at one point, like we said, we saw what the current demand pretty much was, because when we launched on Saturday, there was only roughly 1,100 of them, and the floor shot from 500 up to almost 900 ADA at one point. And then when the rest of the stuff got into circulation, the remaining 5,000 of them got minted. Obviously, we saw the floor price correct, but even the other day, they creeped up onto the live stream close to 500 ADA on the floor. So they're doing really well.
Cool.
And on top of that, people are collecting really good too. Look at these sales. Look at some of the top sales already. 25,000 ADA for a Darkwing. Somebody finally got them.
Saw that yesterday, so that was sick.
Was it cool. Darkwing?
Yeah, Darkwing sold. He's got the top sale. And
was it Darkwing?
Yeah.
No.
Different guy. Different guy got it.
Oh, so does that guy. I mean, he's got to be fuming.
He was. I know he was a little upset. I saw he's changed his profile picture in the Discord. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe one day he'll get a chance to get it. We always
what do you
expect?
You know what I mean? It's got to be. It's definitely one of the better looking ones. That RoboCop one is fire too.
Dude,
that one is good.
A lot of I feel like a lot of Collins community are buying these things up. And look at all the one-on-ones. Even today, the lava one sold for 10,080. You got the Mighty Doc one up right here. And then shout out to Anax and Mander over in our Discord, MFer over there. He minted this number 2 one and sold it for literally the same. Was it same day or?
It was same day. No, same day.
Same day for 20,000 ADA.
Good for him. He had
it was right when we got off live stream. That's right. Because he was the first one in the live stream in our Discord saying look what I just pulled. And we're like, oh shit, dude. And then it was right when we got off, you were like, that just sold for 20K.
20K. We knew he minted. He posted in Discord. He's like, guys, I think I got something rare here. And we were like, Yeah, dude. We were like, wait, that's looks a little more than rare.
That's pretty rare.
I was like, wait a second, unless these all look ridiculous, but that thing, because that's one of the ones that has the mask. I think there's only 4 of them that have like a technical mask on them.
Well, CNFT BTC, he minted the actual one that was from the sneak peek too, so he got a really rare one as well of that.
I was like the gold,
the Egyptian ones. You mean
the Egyptian ones? Yeah. I can think of it. Yeah,
it was up there, but it wasn't officially like one of the top ones yet.
It just wasn't like a technical, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
One ultimate or whatever.
But still, look at this. I mean, the secondary sales for these things obviously are doing very well. People inside the project, we talked about this all in the live stream and stuff too. But just, I think in general, they've got the Discord starting to flesh out now. They've got all the different roles of channels. There's all these different things that are starting to, people are starting to see like different roles unlock certain things. Like even the sashes. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see some of those sashes give you a revered occultist role inside the Discord. So the floor for those things shot up to like, I don't know, 1,800 ADA for a sash one. Right now, which is actually insane if you think about just like how, I don't know what that's going to do. Obviously, it's people are speculating that it's going to be something really like kind of crazy if they're willing to pay that much ADA right now. But it's crazy because the community is starting to build up right now. Really
you love to see it, because I even think, not financial advice, of course, anyone ever watching this, but I still think even 385 is a good entry point, because especially as you go to, we were saying, we even seen it too, that people from Chilled Kongs are buying this stuff up now. Look at Kong's floor. They're like, what, over 2,000 ADA floor. So if you're seeing 385, that's still not a bad entry point, in my opinion. I mean, I still want to buy more, and I have 5 of them. So I still want to get more. I know, Tommy, you have over 10 now, or whatever it is.
I'm about to be at 15.
Holy hat, you bought some more.
Man, the crazy thing is, you guys see this, right? You can see the tools.
Yeah.
So tools right now, if you notice too, they got rid of the rarity ranks on this. So there's no rarity ranks on these right now. These are all just going by the serial numbers. And this was something that they did early on too, because like the tools came out, we were just like, man, I don't know if these rankings just don't necessarily feel right based on some of the stats, because they have I don't know, like 12 or 15 stats, something crazy like that. So they went ahead and let the community vote what they wanted to do, and everybody chose no rarity rankings. And now you see, like I say, I think that was a positive move, because everybody now is just buying for the aesthetics and what they deem as good. So I'm glad to see that move.
I agree. I voted for that. Honestly, I voted for no ranking because they left it up to the community to vote for it too. It wasn't like they just took it over upon themselves and say, you know what, we're getting rid of it. Nope. They let the community have the vote, and community spoke, and that's what they wanted. They wanted no rankings, which I'm for.
Well, one thing that was cool to me too was like, dude, I was able to grab some good ones, because again, like aesthetically, that's what I was looking for. I just wanted something cool to look in my wallet. So even recently, I think I managed, like, as I was starting to snipe even on a secondary, like this one right here. I don't know if you can see it from here, but just this was an aesthetic one that I grabbed the other day. I was like, you know what? I like the way this looks, so I can grab it, and I don't have to worry about the rank, because it's all subjective.
I like it too. It gives me like a black and white old school like cartoon vibe, which I really like, because all of those colors match well for like an old school cartoon, which I think that looks dope.
Not like a composition notebook.
Stop saying that.
You bought one of those too, didn't you?
That's the one right there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. For a half a second, I thought that background said gray bush. It says gray brush.
Gray brush. Gray brush.
I thought it said gray bush. I'm not even gonna lie.
And this is, like I said, there's like all kinds of different ones right now that
that one's solid. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
That one I almost wish didn't have. I mean, obviously it makes it a little more rare having the flames on the head. I think it would be a little cleaner without the flames.
Yeah. I think some people too that sniped like for the ranking, I think they were upset at first, but I think even the higher ranking ones did look really good though. And when I say really good, aesthetically pleasing, at least to me anyway, you could just tell that they were a higher ranking when there was a ranking.
That wizard.
Well, there was like the tattoos. Tattoos were ones that like were like that. So I know people grabbed like some early on, but even what's the floor for tattoos right now? The $7.99. So even though the rare ones, you can't even see some of these tattoos, but still people are valuing them because that trait's still higher. So you can still see. Yeah. So it didn't really affect it too much, I think. So I think it was a good move. And like we said, Chilled Kongs is the same way. They don't have rarity rankings, and those things are, doing very well.
Yep.
So I think long term for the project, it was a good move. I know some people were kind of confused, but it's one of those projects for us that we're going to continue to be a part of, and I think
continue to buy in on.
Oh yeah, I want to collect because all my roles are starting to change inside
I
the
need to
Discord,
get
too.
a purple one. I really want a purple one bad. I have not purchased one yet, but I
I'll
need
take
to
those
get a
little purple bodies.
Not that one. It's
I don't
actually
like
a
the
purple
punk
body.
ass one.
Oh, like the actual
yeah, that
purple.
one, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
284, yeah, those ones.
Yeah.
I
Those
need a
ones look
purple one.
dope.
I'm surprised, Tommy, you haven't bought a chill Kong again.
I haven't bought back in only
What's their
because
floor, like 4,000?
they're 2,000 plus, like something right now. Maybe
Yeah.
they're getting closer to 3. I don't know.
It's really that high too. I was just trying to be like out of control, but that's wild.
No, they're very well done over there.
Yeah.
But now
I
I'm
was
waiting
almost
for the
looking at even the bills were kind of correcting a little bit. I was saying,
Yeah.
I think they were at like 1,100. But Dan, I'm surprised we haven't jumped back into chill Kongs yet.
Well, one other one that just minted today that was competing a little bit with Mallard Order for a little while as far as the like on CNFT tools. I remember like the
Popularity,
vote for popularity vote over there. These guys were competing with them, the JRney over here, these flamingos, and I think we had talked about it a while back. I picked up one of the high trip passes that were on the secondary because Wurs over in our Discord went ahead and recommended it. So I picked up one of those. I actually, just like full disclosure, ended up flipping out of it right before because the prices got way too crazy. They were up to like almost 1,000 ADA at one point. So I ended up selling one of them out and then just minting inside the whitelist and then minting in the public today. But these guys took off. They sold out. They were minting a unique mint system too. They had a reservation system. It was done through the Secret Goat Society website. And I did the whitelist, and the whitelist minted no problem at all. It was an easy to sign into your Discord, no problem. Did it, network's congested as hell right now today with everything going on with the Vassal hard fork and stuff. So stuff was a little slow, but right now, no problem. And then public mint hit at it was like 6 p.m. Eastern for us. And dude, it's just like I could not get my stuff to go through at all. And they said they had like 20,000 requests or something crazy.
To be honest, I didn't even attempt the public because I just knew it was going to be bad. And I was like, you know what? I'm fine with the 2 I got in whitelist. Full disclosure, I flipped one already and I'm still holding one right now. But yeah, I was like, I'm not even going to attempt it. There's going to be so many people going for it.
Oh, dude, they went ham on it, dude.
Yeah.
They're retweeting a bunch of stuff right now, but yeah, they sold out. And rightfully so. I think these guys had a lot of hype behind them. They had like very colorful trades. I know.
Sure.
Tom, you were saying a little bit, dude. It's a little like just like the artwork. Frightens you a little
weird. Yeah, it's a little unsettling.
There's definitely some traits over there that are just.
Does it scare you?
Like, yeah. Yes.
I'm not a baby, TJ.
Yeah. Dude, some of the eyes and like certain traits over there. Like,
the one you got, Tommy, looks ridiculous. Like the eyes are popping out of his head. You can see all its like vascular system. It's out of control.
Oh, Tommy's one with the needles too, like 3 needles in his neck.
Yeah, I hate needles.
I got the vaccine.
I like the banana nose. TJ, you got a banana.
I like the banana nose.
I sold that one. I flipped it.
You did.
The banana one looks dope. This is
they still look scary as hell. It looks like Courage the Cowardly Dog like style shit. Like it's very
it does, yeah. Like Rocco's Modern Lifestyle.
Yeah, it's
I like it.
Creepy,
some of them, Howard, aesthetically look very creepy, cool. Yeah. Like some of them look really. They're one-on-ones that they had over on Tools. Those are some really cool looking ones too.
I will say flamingos are pretty new to me though. I like that. The flamingo change.
Yeah, flamingos are definitely different, right?
Yeah, flamingos getting it something different in there. You know why flamingos are pink?
Why?
No.
We'll learn on Freedom 35 tonight. It's because they like eat shrimp. They eat so much shrimp it turns them pink, which is wild.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a fun fact.
Google it. Gordon, pull it up for us.
We should know that.
You guys can do that on your own time if you're listening.
Yeah. Well, dude, some of these secondary sales for these things are starting to take off a little bit. And I know, like you said, the chain and everything's kind of down right now, but they do have an all-time high sale right now, even right now, 5,555 for this one. So it looks like this one's eating like
a prismatic or something.
Yeah, he's eating like light or
that
something.
That one's very cool. It looks like the almost like the Pink Floyd album.
Pink Floyd. I was gonna say
Pink Floyd for sure. Yes, 100%. Yeah,
that one's dope. They've had
great
some cool.
Call.
They have some cool. I even liked actually their attempt on like the laser eyes because I know that's obviously like a huge trait inside the CNFT community.
Like squiggly, I like that.
I almost bought one on secondary today, and then I ended up grabbing something else. But it's like their cyborg body.
It looks like the lasers or whatever that come out of the Ghostbuster guns. I don't know if you call them lasers, but whatever that stuff comes out of the Ghostbuster guns when they catch the ghost. That's literally what it looks like shooting out of their eyes. I like it.
Yeah, they have a unique spin on some traits. Like this is the cyborg body they have like right here. And I don't know if I can find one of those ones.
Go back to that one real fast. You saw that open?
Yeah, I do. Hold on 1 second. I'll pull up another. This one.
Yeah, it's got a badass jacket on.
Oh yeah, that
it's a
jacket's
dope
dope.
jacket, right?
Jaguar
it's a good
wind
jacket.
jacket.
Oh man, I like that. And dude, I'd rock a wizard hat if I didn't get like thrown in the
Oh.
insane asylum like for 5 minutes walking around the street. So instantly come out and catch you with a net if you're walking around a wizard hat.
You're a wizard, Tom.
Yeah, it's a cool look. I like it. It's a good hat.
This one right here, this was the body type you were talking about, Tom, where it's just like this one's called Deadly Anatomy. But it's like you can see through, and you get to see it's all the like
you can see the main arteries and everything. Yeah, no,
I like that.
about it.
I like that one.
I like this too.
I don't like dislike it. Like it looks bad. I don't like it because it like makes my skin crawl.
Unsettling.
The one trait I think looks kind of like
heebie-jeebies.
The one that gives me heebie-jeebies are just like, oh, that's kind of gross. Is the one where the beak is like see-through or transparent and you see the tongue.
Oh, the little tongue one, yeah.
I like a horse's tongue.
The moon beak too.
Oh, I got one for you.
Damn, I'm liking these more. This is bad.
See, the problem is you start going through like all the traits and you're like, it's like, oh, I'm so unsettling that I like this one, TJ, right?
Yeah,
no, not at all. That's terrible.
Instead of the tongue one, that's the only one I'm like, that's kind of gross.
Oh, dude, these ones are they're fun, man. It's again, they're a competing project right now, and I mean they're doing their own thing too. I know a lot of the founders and everybody, they're from Brazil, and their mascot is the flamingo. It's this character Junior, from what I understand, and they do like some like they show up at like our music festivals.
As dress up as a flamingo. That's pretty cool.
They had like the mascot. I saw we had it here earlier. He was like dancing, like shaking around. But they go to like Lollapalooza, I guess, in Brazil. They were there. And I don't know, they're trying to tell like a story with Junior, and then I don't know what else. This is one I need to do more research on. But I knew it was a hyped up mint right now too. So this is one we didn't get to cover as much when we were first getting out there, but now here we are. I grabbed a few off the secondary. We're trying to see, maybe we'll flip them, see what else they do. But wish them well. It's definitely like, where's all this liquidity coming from too right now? To mint all these projects, because obviously right now these guys they're doing something right. They sold out and they're starting. They're at 301,000 in secondary sales already, which is really good.
That is good. It's great.
So congrats to them, and shout out to the guys over at the JRney. Definitely another project that we were looking at, and they were 100 ADA mint price for these, and then 70 if you had the hall. I want to call it the hall pass, but it's the high trip pass. The high trip pass. So 70 ADA to 100 ADA. So they're doing pretty well right now. Like you said, still over 4 price.
Oh, it went up again. Cool, because it went down a little bit right before we started the stream or the recording.
I think JPEG was just catching up and having a tough time itself, and just all the transactions. So I think that floor is a little higher than what it looks like right now. So shout out to them. And then speaking of last mints that are going on, dude, who gives a fuck, dude?
Language.
Turn it down. I really. Tom, if yours, I don't know, I'll have to remind you again. But
we're gonna be
put in the beefs, dude.
We need to talk to these old money guys about this website. It is way too bright.
MFers are bright
MFers
right now.
Come on now.
I'm just gonna use this as my screensaver.
It's the contrast, the red, the blue, the yellow comes out better.
Can I get like even just like a come on? Can we get like even like a bill colored background? Just like some different the white.
I think this is because Hood built this whole thing, because Hood's the technocrat over there. He's so busy focused. He doesn't focus on the art and the direct.
And I voted for him.
He needs this shit to work, dude.
No, I should have voted for the other guy.
So did you try logging on a few times to the website and it was broken?
Mine just refreshed. And now
it'll say just like, we don't know what the fuck happened. Some nerds broke this. I don't know. Go complain to Discord.
Yeah,
I have a screenshot of it. It was fantastic. It's like, we really don't know what happened. Check back later. A bunch of nerds broke this shit.
I love
real quick though, I learned a tip from Ken. If you guys are ever in their Discord and you want to know of any events that are happening, you just type /when and it'll tell you what's happening. Just pro tip. Go in the Discord. Go to my Discord.
WEN.
Yep. Right. Type /WEN, and then they're going to send a message of whatever stuff they're happening coming up in the future. So
easiest way to get their updates for sure.
Pro tip. And once you guys do that, come in the Discord and our Discord and just say, thank you, TJ. That's pro tip from me, from Ken. Ken taught me that. I'm relaying the message from Ken.
Yeah, dude. And if you give a fuck, dude, let us know. But the election over here is happening, and I guess it's happening. Who knows? But the whole thing is, who will become the next leader of UNORC and bring prosperity to MFers around the world? The choice is yours to make if you give a fuck. And the whole point behind this is their like voting system, and you can pick your candidate over here by connecting your wallet over at Jealous Island on their website. And then once you do that and are connected to the Discord, if you own any of the campaign materials that are on the secondary right now, you can actually use those to boost your vote. So I went ahead and Horny, I love the picture for Horny. But I went ahead and I clicked on Hudro over here. So you can say one fuck given, and the fuck is basically like the bond, like the kind of like NFT that you're going to be doing, like your proof of vote that you voted over here. And depending on what materials you own wise, you can select these to boost up the vote. So you can skip the boosting, and you can do this even if you don't own any campaign materials. So 128 to do this. If you do give a fuck though, and you want to boost that up, depending on which candidate you hold, you can actually use other candidates to boost up as well. You just will not get a bigger bonus to it. But if I was to choose Hudro right here and I wanted to boost with a Hudro campaign material, depending on how many I have, whether it's 1, 5, 10, 20, or 30, it all scales up in rarity. So if I own 30 of the materials, it gives me 30 bonus votes on top of my one vote right here. So these guys are getting these bonds like FE, like they're different rarity rankings. And even if you own just one, you can get a B ranking right here and boost that up to get it a little bit different.
Yeah, I had a B ranking.
So once you did that, you would basically just select what you wanted to do, and then give a fuck and mint your fuck is where they're at with this stuff.
I see where he says, "Are you sure?" The last sentence there, it's like if you're really confused about it all, then it's working.
Yeah, and then even the log out right here. Stop giving a fucking log out. It's just, I love the stuff that they've done over with this, and like their FAQs, even the dashboard is really well done. Like this, it's really cool as far as the analytics and just how they built this stuff. And I know Hood was up for a while trying to get all this done. Looks like Trixon's actually winning the election right now as far as the vote goes. And that's why Hudro in the Discord today, he was like, "Yo, MFR, I need to get on your show to boost some votes."
That's funny.
So Hudro, jump on over there. But Trix right here, he's doing his thing, and
it's probably Horny's fault. He's stealing the votes that should go to Hood.
I love the fact that Horny's got negative 2,818 votes, right?
18% though.
People are giving a fuck about Horny. You can even tell who the top supporters of your thing over there. So it's not like a real election. They expose you. You just tell you who's who over there.
Damn,
your voting trends. Like, yeah, Q's over here. Damn, you're VP, dude. You got to boost them up a little bit more.
Damn, Q.
I didn't know I called everyone out like that for the votes.
It's pretty cool how they do this. And they can show you the latest fucks given over here for each one of these things. So some of these are, we're talking off-putting and things like this. Like, are you off-putting? What movie is that from?
I don't know.
They're like off-putting. Did you say, are you off-putting? I forget. Maybe I'm gonna
like not eating pudding any longer.
Yeah, like you're off-putting, like pudding with it.
Yeah, I got you.
Snack pack.
No, we get it.
Do you get it?
We get it.
I can go for a snack pack right now. What the fuck is in those things? They're not in the refrigerated aisle.
Right? That's weird.
Yeah. How does that work?
But I always stick them in the refrigerator if I get them.
Yeah, you put them in the fridge because they're better cold, but like they don't need to be refrigerated.
I feel like it's like gelatin and chocolate and cocoa or something.
I don't know. It's delicious.
It's just preservatives. The thing is, speaking of things we don't give a fuck about right now, the fucks are out, and this is what happens after you go ahead and actually put your vote in. So this was a C series one for the one that I did for Hudro. And again, the artwork on this stuff is wild.
Mushroom heads and stuff.
Yeah. I got the big nose. I just love that my in the metadata, my eyes are sex eyes over here.
They need some fart eyes over there.
They definitely need fart eyes.
I've been seeing a lot more fart eyes. Just
everything's got some fart eyes, dude. Can we get fart eyes trades or tricks over here? Even like the artwork on these bills and these bonds or fucks, or I guess they're called fucks officially. But even like over here, yeah, like
ass savings.
Damn.
So good over here.
Even the details like of a real bill, because you see those little like squigglies of like the greens and the reds. That's really what's on a bill. I think that's really cool. Like those little like traces of it, not that thing.
The little watermarks and like stuff
yeah.
Well, TJ used to be a professional money man, right?
I did. I used to work in a bank. Yeah, I used to deal with them all the time. Yeah,
dude, secretary of the soft machine,
the sous vide bank.
Yeah.
All right.
Zanhattan.
All right. New York. Zanhattan, New York.
69,420.
I love this because you can see like that's their roadmap. Remember, we had a bunch of like squiggles or whatever. Well, the best part about that too is if you go back,
ass saving bond.
Yeah, I like ass saving.
You can go. You can even go back into like the actual background. It just says roadmap, and then like the squiggles is the decoration on.
Love it.
Yeah. So
well thought out.
They do such a good job at these, but even the fucks, like you can see, and there's 611 on there. They're 143.4. These minted for 128. You can give as many fucks as you want over here, which I I really like this one. This is the first one that I saw tonight. As I was scrolling through, was like this green, like, I don't know, this ink over here on these.
Alien blood?
It could be alien blood. I don't know.
It's owned by a Mallard owner too.
Ooh, this guy, I don't know what he's.
Every time you say the fucks thing, I always think of that Limp Bizkit song. I swear, I can't get it on my head now.
Streetist
every
knowledgist. This one's a Trixon one right here. Yeah, it's, what does it say? It says, is it ink? What is this? GAC? GAC is the degradation on this one. GA or
from Nickelodeon GAC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. It's a 40 voter too, right there. Dude, these are so cool. Just the way that these, I don't know, the artwork he's done on these things have been amazing. So it's just cool to see that these guys still have no idea what the hell's going on, and I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of this, is nobody really knows what's going on. It's just that there's an election happening. Nobody's going to win. It said there isn't a clear winner, as each candidate is equally dreadful. However, the choice should be a little easier if you're into art, technology, or meth. If anything, vote for the candidate who will pump all of our bags.
There you go.
So, dude, shout out to the old money team. Also, shout out to anybody over here. If you are buying campaign materials to boost your fucks, go make sure that once you use a campaign material, you can actually check if it's been used on a secondary. So there was some instances over there on earlier. I guess there were some early ones that were minted and people were buying them, but I think they got that all settled up and ready to go. But just a heads up for anybody on the secondary market, just to give you that knowledge. Go check your campaign material first, the asset name, before you go, because if you buy one that's already been used, then it won't be able to use to boost up your fuck over there. So just it's a shout out on that.
Exactly.
But yeah, shout out to Old Money. If you want to go vote, just go to oldmoney.io/vote.
For Trixon.
Yeah, there you go. Vote for Trix or Hood. You can vote for Hood over there, or
Horny.
Yeah,
come on now.
Broken. I think he's got enough votes.
I think TJ is a horny Sanders kind of guy, even though he voted for Hood, right?
I probably would have been. Yeah, I should have voted for that one for real.
TJ's getting a little horny out here. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Though, shout out to Old Money though. Always a good time to hang out with those guys. Definitely need to get them on the show. Dude, speaking of this stuff though, so mint prices, all these new projects that just came out. You got Mallard Order, JRney, these fucks over here by Old Money. You had 130 ADA, 100 ADA, 120 ADA. Tom, let's talk about mint prices. We were talking. You were.
Oh, I guess I'll just step away then. I'll go away.
No, this is Tom's topic.
Tom jelly cubes. Before
jelly
that,
cubes, 200 ADA. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's starting to become.
Well, I remember when like Equine came out.
Wolves of Rome, 180.
Wolves of Rome, and those are more of like the passes, I would say. So they're more like equal to what was the JRney mint for the multi-pass?
70.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were 70.
Giddy up. Wow, that's not bad. There you go. That's a little bit different. But yeah, I just remember when Equine came out, we were all waiting. We knew Equine was coming out. We'd seen the previews, knew what it was going to be. Then that mint date and price came out, 258, and everyone's like, whoa, I break a window? Like, what the fuck is this? Like 258. And then now, I mean, we're not quite there, but I still remember when some of these mints started coming out. And even when we got to talk to Kyle at Wolves of Rome, and he talked about his mint price. And we also talked to, we were talking to Block, and he was on, and he was talking about his mint price, and they were trying to kind of wait for like the market to settle into a place where they could mint, where it would be able to allow them to continue their production. And we were still like, man, it's a little bit higher than I'm used to. I'm used to that, like, 45, 70 kind of mint price. And now it's just kind of like, no, that's where we're at now. Like 180, 150, that's kind of like that's just where the market's at. That's where the price of 8 is at. We're getting used to it because these are selling out now. They're not like, people aren't like hesitant to spend it. They're selling out. You said, I mean, it was I know their sales a little bit lower, but I mean, JRney sold out. It wasn't an issue really. They got theirs all sold out. They're selling still.
Yeah,
products are definitely setting the price for dollar cost. That's for sure. Which I'm I'm okay with that. Honestly, I mean, like you said, Tom, more and more people I think are getting used to that happening now, just because they know what the price of ADA is. So I mean, 100 ADA mint now is not a big deal in my opinion anymore.
Well, we're buying projects too that aren't just, they're not like the dogs on the chain like we were talking about, where it's just like, haha, funny NFT for flipping because of hype. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, these have like, they're planning on utility. They're planning to give you some sort of value that if you're just even looking to make money, it'll hopefully increase in value. And it's like an early kind of buy to where it'll be worth more in the future. And so we're kind of like get, there needs to be more to it then if they're going to be charging these kind of prices. And like you said, they're charging it for the dollar cost because they need that kind of funding.
The difference, yeah,
they need that money though. It's not just like, oh, we're just looking to make money by releasing a bunch of stupid pictures. We need the money to kind of keep paying our team and build and grow. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to give you what we've planned on and give you that value.
And I think the people that are even getting in these projects, the ones that we've talked about, are going to get into the future. I think they're the ones that are spending the ADA of the 100 or 130, whatever. They're doing more research because they're more experienced, I'll say, in the space, and they know what to look for in a quote unquote good project or a project that's going to stick around for a while. I mean, I'm sure there is other projects that we haven't even covered or that not on our radar, just because they're so new and fresh, and maybe they've come and gone just because of the cheap ADA price, or because they rugged, or whatever the case may be. But the ones that we're looking at are having that high ADA price, but we're also doing the research for those ones to see that, okay, this project's going to stick around for a while, so I'm willing to spend the 100 ADA, the 150 ADA, because, like, again, they're going to be here for a bit. I can already tell.
What was the last real project that kind of like rugged recently? Now, I know there was that one of the free on the chain ones. What was that, Tommy?
Oh, there was like
dogs
dogs
like dogs on the chain or dogs on a chain or something.
Yeah, one of them was good. One of them was just like disappear right at the time.
Yeah, and then even someone in our Discord was like, I think this is going to rug, but you know what?
Tommy said that.
I said that.
Yeah, but then someone was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's 15 ADA. And then like 5 minutes later, they posted a picture that
Discord down. They only got 15 of my ADA there.
But so that's not, 15 ADA, that's like different. But I'm saying, what was like the last time we had like one of these just obvious bullshit projects try and even make an attempt at coming up and just rug everyone? Like you're saying, TJ, people are doing the research now. Like, people are a little bit more smart. They're like noticing these signs, and they're also not just like, there's a lot of hype buying still, but at least the hype buying still has some sort of like realistic prospects behind it, not just like, we're going to build the biggest thing in the world and do all this nonsense, and then they just disappear. It doesn't happen.
Well, I even think too, like these like passes or invitation letter approaches that these projects are doing now, I think that is a good approach to say that, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're airdropping you basically free NFTs to be a part of our project, to get exclusive minting first, or whatever the case may be that they're offering. So I think that might be a new approach or catchphrase, or however we want to call it, to draw people into the project, is to have those exclusive passes, not just being in the Discord or being active or getting on the whitelist. That is an exclusive whitelist to being on that project. So I think that's a different approach projects are doing as well, which I think helps the project succeed in the long run.
Well, even like when you got your pass, it was like because you were like genuinely kind of interacting,
interested,
on Twitter,
absolutely.
They were looking for that kind of stuff. It wasn't just like who can know life in our Discord for like 12 hours straight of just like chat 5 minutes. Okay, I'm timed out. Chat for 5 minutes, timed out. Like, oh, level 4. Like, just keep doing this. And it's like that doesn't.
There's no time for that.
Well, they're also just looking for that whitelist spot to flip cheap. They're not looking to like actively be engaged and do. And then, Mallard Order really did it right because their trials had real time commitments. It wasn't something you could just like kind of fuck around with. You actually had to be involved in, or you just weren't going to do them. So they really kind of cut through all like the people messing around like that way.
Exactly. And their floor is the test of time for sure. That floor is still insane for those invitations. I love it.
And it took them a couple months to like actually come out. So like they made that commitment. Like it wasn't just like a quick like, all right, we're going to be launching our Discord in a week, but in the meantime, you need to go do this and this. And it was like, no, even Mallard right now, their marketing's still going out there. They have like a whole thing going on too right now with like creating like your Ducks profile and backstory and stuff like that.
They're planned at least a year out, in my opinion, and maybe even more. You could just tell with how they even change the Discord after the Mallards mint. They have everything ready to go. They know what the next step. They know what 10 steps ahead are going to be that we're not even seeing yet, which I love about them.
Which is they've done the new marketing scheme well in this NFT market, and you're starting to see, like you said, all these different projects that are going that route, and how well they can execute that, and that'll even eventually get evolved on, and we'll find some sort of new thing. But look at the difference now in about a year's time of people like just, hey, what's on when CNFT this week? Oh, all right, this new project's gonna mint. Boom, I'm just gonna go do it. Did absolutely no research into it, and now these guys are like, nope, you want to mint? Dude, you got to do this. You got to build origami ducks. You got to start decoding puzzles, and it's like no, there's different ways to get people engaged into projects. So I think these mint prices right now, I'm fine with where we're at on these.
Me too.
especially, I mean, one ADA is one ADA until you, like you said, you cash it out.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I mean, if you are loading back up into it, then great, because it's easier to get a little bit more ADA at this price. But
it'll be interesting to see when ADA goes back to $1 and $2, even if what the price of these will be. Like, will they go back to 50 ADA, 40 ADA, or will they stay at 100, 150?
I think an interesting thing is when people actually do, when it does get back to those prices, how many of these projects that are minting right now that you may have taken a flyer on, people are not going to do that anymore, and then those projects are not going to even make it out of launch sequence at that point. Like, that's going to be the real interesting part, because then you're like starting to play with people's money a little bit more. Like, yeah, can you imagine if ADA was $2 and they were like, yo, you got to go throw 100 ADA at this mint today? I would have thought twice about that. Doing that again. So it definitely has a perspective, it definitely has a factor in there.
For a quick question then, if it was $2, would you still have minted all of your mallards that you minted and bought on secondary that you did?
Probably not. No.
Really? You wouldn't have?
No, I don't think I would have done that much, because
I mean, when you're it's different when you're throwing around like buying invites. It's a very big difference between $500 between $2,000. Yeah, exactly. We're doing multiples at a time.
And when I was doing 2,000 ADA on like an invitation, that's $4,000 right there. It's like, I'm just gonna go throw this today, see what happens.
Compared to like
that's true,
$800 or whatever. Yeah, it's a huge bump when you start doing it like those multiples.
See, that's the thing I was talking about though. So you're even putting in the mindset of yes, we say 1 ADA is 1 ADA, but when you make 1 ADA $2, you really start to think of the dollar cost of what ADA is, which in the back of everyone's mind, that's what everyone's truly thinking about. Because right now ADA is 50 cents. So like you were throwing around 2,000 ADA, no problem. But like I said, if it was $2, $4,000 for an invitation, like, whoa, I don't know if I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it really puts things in perspective,
because my risk is going up by doing that.
Absolutely.
Because if I all of a sudden I lose that asset right there, now I've lost $4,000 versus in my head I've lost 800 or 1,000. The risk factor goes up, and I definitely think that's an important thing to like realize. Like, 1 ADA is 1 ADA, but at the end of the day, when you go to cash it out, what is that dollar value really worth? And what is how does it affect your risk factor at that point in time? I don't know. It's definitely an interesting thing right now. So, but I can imagine these mint prices stay somewhere anywhere from, like you said, like the 70 to like 130, 140, 150 range, somewhere in there moving
That's
forward.
What I want to see. Like what you were saying, TJ, let's say in a month, ADA's back up to $1.50 just for this, the hypothetical. Then what are the mint prices going to be at? Like, are they still going to be 100, 120 ADA? Are they going to correct too? Are they going to match that to the dollar cost like they're trying to do now to make sure they have their value? So I say the same thing, like when you're living in an apartment, every year your apartment complex fucking raises the rent. Like right now we're in crazy housing market. So the apartment rates are out of the roof, and then they say, it's to kind of cover for that inflation for the market. But if the market goes down, next year, they're not going to be like, your rent's $200 cheaper. Like, that shit's staying the same. You know what I mean? They're not coming down. So I'm curious to see what these mint prices.
Well, because it's like, they can afford that price. Might as well just stay that price.
Well, that's what I mean. So it's almost like that. Exactly. So it's like, hey, well, you guys said you needed 150 ADA because ADA was 45 cents.
Exactly.
I mean, ADA is $1.50 now. Like, so you're going to bump that down? Oh, no, we're not going to bump it down. Are you crazy?
Yeah. And they're like, what Tommy just said, exactly. We're all the people that said 1 ADA is 1 ADA. What does it matter?
We were saying it, but it's definitely interesting. But even like we were saying before, this last year at this time, the mint prices were ranging anywhere from 30 to 60 ADA.
Yeah.
And now here we are a year later when ADA is what it's at. And now we have mint prices of 100 to 150, 200.
Yep.
So definitely, it definitely affects it. That's for sure. But one big update we got just before we got a chance to jump onto the stream and just happened to click through it was Clay Nation. The baking is officially live right now, guys.
Let's go, baby.
You can bake that clay. They officially launched their site
right before we started recording, right?
Literally right before we started recording the baking website.
Some big decisions to make.
What's it called when you bake clay in real life? What's that oven called? What's it called? The kiln. That's it. Kiln. I couldn't think of it. That's it.
Yeah, the kiln. Yeah, so you can actually they've updated their website and stuff like this already. You can kind of see the clay paper now has a clay section right now of how to bake out this stuff. I think it was down here somewhere. The baking guide is what they got it called. But the baking period for this, we talked about this in another stream, was basically 2 weeks, 14 days. It has to be a DApp compatible wallet to connect to their website. And you have to vote in a multiple choice poll before you can actually bake your transaction. So the act of baking is essentially just cooking up that clay for a 2-week period to be able to redeem the clay actual token from the NFT. So you don't just get your clay is like inadvertently accumulating this clay token in the background passively, but you have to actually engage to get the clay from that NFT. So if you sold that thing and didn't bake your clay and sold it, whoever has the next owner can go ahead and claim that up until that point if it never was baked, which I think is interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
So, but the baking,
when airdrop though, that's what I want to know.
I don't know if they announced that or anything like that yet, but it's interesting too, because look at this, so they were saying about like ending baking early here. So if you end your baking period between the 0 to 13 days leading up to the 14th day of the 2 weeks, you get hit with a penalty of losing all that stuff. So even if you wait until the 13th day, you only get 89% of that stuff. So, which makes sense. I mean, but they start to tier kind of accordingly for some of this stuff. And then the big thing about this is this slashing fund that they have. So if you do not claim it and you end up the baking period earlier, they take some of that clay and they put it in this slash fund. And the slash fund will actually go to holders for people who do not bake. They say holders who do not initiate baking and leave their clay untamed will be additionally rewarded. And this will come from a booster pool of clay from those who slash their allocation and those who do not during that 14-day period. So,
I don't understand. Do they not want me to bake? I don't.
I don't get it either.
They don't want you to bake. No.
So why do they have baking?
Because of course they want people to claim their. It's the same thing like
That's like if Yummi was like, we don't want you to stake and get your Yummi coin. Like I don't.
Well, staking what they're trying to effectively combat is everybody just claim their token and essentially run the value of that clay token down to the ground.
Because they're gonna
they're gonna take it.
It just seems like then you would come out with a different drop style than a staking reward system if you don't want people to use it that way, because it would tank your value.
Other use cases. I don't know what it would be.
That's not. That's not for me to say. But
I think
they're waiting. Like hey, we came out with baking. You can get stake. You can bake. You can stake and get token now, but don't do that, and we'll give you other like token. And it's just like, well, wait, which one am I supposed to do? Which one will give me more?
I think because so essentially like TJ was saying, like if everybody just went and baked their clay, they got the clay token and they pulled out the ADA for the actual ADA, there's no liquidity anymore on those dexes or anything to actually people who want to buy and trade it. The slippage rates and stuff will go out the roof because there's not enough liquidity built behind it.
Give me a use for the clay token.
I was just say, is there other utility for the clay? Like at least for Yummi, there's like they're minting projects with that.
Don't penalize me for getting it, for staking for it. Well, you're penalizing me for claiming it. That doesn't make sense.
It's a good like conversation to have, and I know obviously they have a lot of stuff planned for it, but right at the moment there's not. I know right now there's not.
They're going full metaverse style thing, so they're gonna have a ton of stuff. They got the whole shop. I'm about pants. Gotta get pants for my guy.
I know. Well, the one thing too is that there was, I mean, you can if you stake to their clay pool too, they give you additional like boosts and things like that too. But they did give this little teaser for autumn 2022 where they have a limited Bake Nation merchandise will be available later this year, where two designs will be limited to 500 pieces and available to Bake Nation pitch holders. So you have to hold a Bake Nation. But here's the thing is that we hope to make this release to be made available to purchase with clay.
Ooh, there you go.
There's your use case.
There we go, baby. Give me some more use cases for it. That's what I'm talking about.
And I actually was clicking through this. This is the actual website. You can actually go to Clay Bake.
If I stake or not.
Nice.
I don't know.
Do I bake? Do I not bake and get the extra rewards?
Should I bake or should I not?
So should I just select my guy right now and just go throw him into the oven?
Throw him in the oven, dude. Cook him up.
With a full out one? You're not going to do like the start out slow?
This little the Good Charlotte?
The Good Charlotte?
No, I'm not going to do it.
So hold on. Is Clay on MinSwap and shit right now too?
I believe there should be over there. I don't know.
I don't know if they've gotten on any of them. I haven't checked. I mean, this just came up too when we
literally when we were just doing that. Yeah. We can let this thing load. But yeah, the website. You can. I wonder the animation right here. Yeah, but you can see like if you go to the.
Let's put it in real fast and pull it out early.
No. We're not doing that because I want my bonus rewards. But you can see a lot of the people with the blue clays apparently all up here are baking their stuff. So you can see all these people doing it right now. So these people have the idea to just go ham for it right now. Now TJ's got me curious.
I'm gonna bake. I'm baking.
Are you baking?
Oh yeah, we're getting
baking. You're caking.
I still have to say I got my TJ.
It's not on there.
No, we're Sunday swap.
This is
why don't you tell me before I start clicking?
Stone Cold Steve Austin's Cobra. It's made to kill him. I made this in my art class in like 6th grade. Yeah.
You're right. You can't bake yet, but the website's up, and you can go ahead and experiment with that. So that'll be interesting to see like how this works. Like I don't know. Yeah,
I wonder what that's going to do with the price now, because I know it wasn't dipping hard, but it went to 2,500 at one point over the weekend. I saw.
Well, they are locked in that contract too, Tommy. Right? When you stake them, bake them.
That's 2,500. Yeah. That's weird.
They are like locked into a contract because you have to pull them out early, or is it like similar to a dead pixel?
No, dead pixels was different. I actually that's a good topic, or just a quick end topic on that. I didn't even plan to talk about. But dead pixels this week, they had their 90-day staking period that just ended. I actually pulled my dead pixels.
Really?
I claimed my ding token over there. So ding. I love the ding token.
You claimed some ding.
So I got some ding. But
I think the next token is a ling.
Ding, a ling. Two things is fine. No, so that was actually an interesting thing too. So the dead pixels, when you put them into the staking on their website, they never left your wallet. They stay in your wallet.
Exactly.
And they accumulate, and you could see it, like we said, we saw that live where you see it accumulating daily. So now
you can pull it out early too. You could just
but it would get reduced,
like stop it right there.
It would get reduced funds and stuff like that, right? You get a penalty for pulling it out early. Well, the July 31st was the final date for that.
Red card.
Yep, you get red carded, and your July 31st was the date that you could actually do that. So you have a 30-day claiming period currently going on. So for the month of August, essentially, your people are just going onto the website. I just went ahead, signed my transaction, unstaked them, got back the ding. And now my guys I can go out and sell them, do whatever I want, I think, right now.
Well, that's what I was curious about was the clay ones too. So they're going to be out of your wallet, like in a contract similar to the Yummi staking?
They're going to be, they're not, this is the non-custodial. Okay. That was where that was.
I was only asking because we were talking about the floor price and what it's going to do to the actual market of them. And, it kind of is dependent on that with what can be.
Here's the interesting part.
Easily taken out to purchase and sell again on run-ups. Like Yummi, if Yummi went to 5,000 right now, all of us would be like, oh, well, that's cool. Good for those people.
Right.
Nothing I can do. Yeah.
But
the playground.
Clay, you can go ahead and unstake right away and do that. But I think in order to, when you put it in the baking process, I think I read that somewhere, and I'll have to go back and confirm, where you had to wait like 7 days or something to actually start. Like I don't know if you have to. So
you can pull it out early, but 7 days is like the earliest after started. You can't in between there's something that happens.
No, there's so those who initiate baking immediately during the first days possible will not be able to end baking before 7 days minimum. This is to avoid a situation of a very low circulating supply. So if you immediately do within the first possible days, you cannot end it early before 7 days minimum. So I think it's just a temporary thing.
Keep the adults in the project, keep the kids out.
Yeah,
but I understand what they're trying to do with that, and it makes sense. But no, your clay will stay in your wallet, and you can pull it out whenever you're just going to get hit with that slash fund. But the interesting thing on the secondary too is going to be the ones looking up which clays are have unclaimed clay versus the ones that don't have unclaimed clay. So you're going to get a bone. Yeah,
ooh, that is interesting.
So like that way
on those. Wow.
We were just talking about the campaign materials, like the ones that have been used versus not used, is the same kind of thing where you need to check before you buy on a secondary, because someone could have like a very close rarity ranking or something like that, but one has unclaimed and some has none, so it's going to be additional value, especially if that clay token starts to take off. So that's going to be an interesting, that'll be a fun way to like mess around with it once everything gets going.
It would definitely be a different way to snipe clays, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
people might sell some cheap if they're just trying to kind of get rid of them after they've staked their clay. They've just been holding on to it, like, oh, I got my clay, I'm just willing to take the ADA a little bit less at floor.
I feel like I don't want to bake right now, because the other portion of that too is if you bake for the 14 days, you're not accumulating that clay during that 14 days either. So you're missing out on 2 weeks of stuff. So they say if you're going to do it, try to bake as little as possible, because you lose days every time you bake. You lose 2 weeks worth of baking right there. So 14 days worth of stuff you're missing out on. So
it's a lot of bacon.
Yeah. Lots of bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah, bacon. Jamaican.
No, same beer can.
Bacon. Oh man. We have any mints that we're looking forward to right now? I mean, this month is just getting kicked off, but we started off strong with a couple of these ones that we just talked about.
I'm looking forward to the Raccoon Syndicate next week, in which I'm sure we'll talk about more in the next week's podcast or live stream, but I'm looking forward to that one.
Most likely, yeah. Raccoon Syndicate. What is that? 813, right? Is the mint date on that? I want to say it's 812 is the whitelist. I can't. I have to go back and check on that. Yeah, TJ's just saying, yep, dude. He doesn't know. Yep. All I know is that shout out to Timmy and shout out to Kiyama. For jumping onto our stream a little while. Yeah, we got to get them back on. We
actually missed. How'd that do? The skateboard project.
It's still minting, actually. Dreamskate.
Is it still minting?
Oh yeah, I remember we were supposed to talk with him, and that never worked its way out. Well, there's another. It's just, dude, negotiations, all the things that always just kind of fit. There's always so much going on.
Time schedules too, man. This being so international, sometimes it's so. I'm so glad that we got to have Eden on and have Kyle on when they're jumping on at like 4 a.m.
You got to respect the hustle and the grind for that. Sure. You know.
Yeah.
They both had great attitudes too. They're like, "Yep, we both know what we signed up for. I mean, we're running a project here. This is what we got to do." You know, a lot of this runs on American, USA, East Coast time, so that's just the nature of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But Raccoon Syndicate's definitely one of those ones that we're looking forward to. Outside of that, right now this month, I don't know. There's a couple things
on the chain.
Bernard Boy's Mafia comp managers only because of that little thing.
I keep getting there's recommended to me on Twitter.
Yeah, there's a few other projects out there that I know that some were trying to get a hold of, and others, I don't know. Someone Massa mentioned one. I think it was like some otter thing. I don't know which one that is.
Space Otter Society.
Yeah.
He said that in the chat or live stream.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them yet.
Yeah.
That's one of them, and then I don't know what else is out there. But yeah,
Aeonium Sky.
Always Aeonium Sky. Whatever the next block is for Aeonium, we're down for it.
Always.
And then maybe on the horizon, I don't know. We haven't got news yet. I know they're hard at work. Is Yummi card packs?
Ooh, please.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's happening, but I'm waiting for them.
When card pack?
Waiting for that.
Waiting.
There's definitely I'll be upcoming. Like I got to make sure I have some ADA ready to go because that first sale is going to be in the ADA.
Yeah. Dude. Wrapping it up here on the back end, I was just getting ready to check on. I was checking Discord while I was pulling over here, and Shiny puts over in our Discord. He goes, "Guys, they're in other live streams too." He's in a live stream right now, and there's nude HD,
our sponsor
XYZ.
Yeah,
bastards.
Number one sponsor.
Keen on us.
Dude, the adult dating sites, dude. They always hit us up in the live streams on Mondays.
So funny.
We used to have Naked HD, but we blocked them, and then we had it wasn't nude HD. It was like I forget what was this week. So it was something like that.
Something like that. You actually got to respond to you.
Yeah, I said, guys, what's the project? What's your project? Just write it, and we won't ban you. And they wrote like WD. I don't know what that was, but we're getting progress with them. I just love how we get spammed on those live streams. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Shiny also said none of this 1 hour stuff. Bring back a 3 hour podcast. Nope. Shiny, no, not happening.
No way. No more 3 hour podcasts. That's what Mondays are for.
We could just sit here and read through whitelists for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
we could do like an audiobook style of all the whitelists for you.
Yo, I got a
Chapter 3. The JRney.
Dude, there's some good whitelists out there, dude. We just break out Equine's whitelist. I know Chronic's always like, "Yep, I read the whitelist and I was hooked."
The whitelist, I mean, by paper.
The whitelist.
White paper?
The white paper for or I don't know what they called it for old money though. With the Fox, they actually have like an FAQ on there too. They actually kind of went over some stuff. Some of it's obviously like a joke, but some of it like they actually got some answers on there. It's pretty cool too to read through. Just forgot to mention that earlier. They actually I don't know if you guys got to see that.
Why did you forget it, dude? Don't forget.
Totally forgot.
Come on.
What the F, dude?
Yeah.
Totally redeemed yourself, Lloyd.
But outside of that, what's coming up? Well, we have actually we will have already been on Blake's show already. So
it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
You did fantastic.
Blake, dude,
really
we killed
good.
that show, man. That was such a good time last night.
Sorry, I was
coming on. Thanks for inviting us.
Sorry, I was 10 minutes late. My kid wouldn't go to sleep fast enough. So, but I showed up on. So
who are you kidding? TJ missed the whole stream. He slept in.
Oh man, if I go to bed at 8 o'clock, that'd be great.
Dude, and then we got another stuff we're looking to jump on later in the month. Maybe we'll get some more announcements going on.
Got a lot of stuff in the works we're working on.
Game nights are coming.
Fun stuff,
dude. Game nights.
Cool
we're working to try to get a game night.
A real one scheduled. Actually, a date.
Yeah,
putting it on the calendar. I got my fireworks calendar on the fridge, ready to go.
December 5th. Are you guys free?
December 5th. Holy Toledo. We're gonna still be here at December 5th.
We got a Christmas bash to go to that day usually.
Yeah. We're gearing up for the long haul, dude.
We're coming up to that year episode. That's what I'm looking forward to.
We're gonna have to actually do something special.
Get some air horns, like real ones going. Wake all my neighbors up.
We should do like, oh man,
We should do like an IRL one, potty or something.
Dude, let's do an IRL meetup in Florida.
All right.
1 year F-35.
I mean, I thought you meant
like
in our live stream.
That's what I'm saying. In live stream or a podcast. Yeah.
Tommy's talking about doing like, we go take pictures with the fans and they pay like.
No, we're gonna rent out a conference. We're gonna rent out a conference room.
We'll stand on stage. Pictures. Yeah,
but
that'd be cool.
I'll sign autographs.
There'll be like 3 people there.
I'll sign your forehead.
JRney, Where's and Ryan.
It'd be a live stream panel. How funny would that be?
That'd be just a live podcast, like in front of an audience. That'd be terrible.
Well,
sorry, guys. It takes a little bit to get started. About 35 minutes, we'll get this thing going.
You know, the craziest thing is that our year episode is going to, like, October 15th portion is literally going to be the week after CNFT Con. The next
That's pretty
Friday.
dope. That's fire.
That's perfect. Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
That'll be nuts. So
that's
in the butt.
So
and wrap.